Good morning. This is Life's Dream, number 48, Tears of Joy.
Listen to me, girl, what I say is true. You really knock me off of my feet. I can't walk and talk with you. My friends all think I'm crazy. Well, maybe they're right, but I'd like to spend some time alone with you tonight. Sweet little thing of a doozy, walking by my side. You look at me again like that, baby, I think I'll break right down and cry. You might think I'm that it's so. Cause I'd like to spend some time alone with you, you know. With the razzmatazz, you shake it with the doodly-doo. Do you know it's on my mind? Do you know I want you to open up your sweet little arms? I'm gonna walk right in, cause I'd like to spend some time alone with you, my friend. That was an interesting ending. I just saw, hey, that's it for that tune.
Good morning. I think it might be story time.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you want to be the
Be the storyteller? Oh, the cameraman.
keeper of the camera?
Okay, here we go.
Hello. Got your coffee? Put your feet up? We've got a good one. In the fall of 2008, Corky received a call from Dr. L. Subramaniam. If you're not familiar with him, he is a world-renowned Indian violin virtuoso. And Dorinda, who is watching today, hello, Dorinda, she came to a concert at the Skirball Center with Corky and Dr. Subramaniam and Larry Coryell and many, many fabulous virtuosos. But this story is a story about a desert oasis and a long trip amidst exotic locales. So he invited Corky and me, the official courier of the harmonicas, to perform for a World Bank Forum of all the major banks in the world. Dr. LS assembled a collection of virtuosos from Egypt, India, Europe for the performance The host was UBS Banks at a 5-star seaside resort in Qatar.
Say hello to Thomas Ehrman.
Hi, Tom. They sent 2 first-class tickets on Air Emirates. We voted early at our neighborhood library as we were not going to miss the opportunity to vote for Barack Obama for anything in the world. Again, this is 2008, late fall. So, we departed Tuesday, November 4th, for Qatar. We couldn't believe our eyes when we were escorted to our seats. It was beyond luxurious. Of course, our host was the head of all the major banks of the world. And come see what I'm talking about.
Home movies. Home movies.
That's our beautiful
Attendant.
who was escorting us to our seat. The cuisine was 5-star. You had to stand when it was time to sleep because seats had a special button that completely flipped and that to the opposite side to a comfy mattress with duvet and pillows and little silk sleeping PJs, cozy slippers, robe, all the comforts of home. After dinner and playing with the widescreen TV, we drifted off to sleep. And that's the, if you'd like to take a shower, before you slipped into those beautiful silk PJs and your robe, well, there was the shower. And that's the, of course, the widescreen TV that rose up out of nowhere. After dinner and playing with this widescreen TV, we drifted off to sleep. I awoke to the lights in the cabin rising ever so gradually, delicately, turning to a very early dusk. I summoned the attendant over, and I said in a whisper, "Can you please tell me who won the presidential election in America?" She drew closer and smiled and whispered back quietly in my ear, "Barack Obama." A flood. This story even makes me cry.
Go ahead.
A flood of tears began streaming down my face as a quiet sob ensued.
And then someone.
Corky was asked by a lady across the aisle.
Yeah.
"Excuse me, do you know who won? Who won?"
"Do you know who won the election?" I said, "Oh, Obama lost." And she turned around and said, "Obama lost." And everyone in the plane just started erupting in verbal dismay.
And you could hear, people cursing and wailing and crying
In the back.
for other reasons.
Yeah.
And it was just a wildfire that ensued the entire airplane.
So the lady, so Holly said, he grabbed me and said, "Wait, why did you do that? Why did you say Obama lost?" I said, "Well, you were crying. I thought Obama lost." She says, "No, I was crying because I was so happy." So I had to get out of my seat and yell down the aisle, "No, no, no, everyone quiet. Obama won." And everyone started cheering.
The whole airplane started cheering and applauding, and they were so happy. So this wildfire spread throughout the entire plane before I could throw cold water on that
Did you want
idea.
to show the other photos or
Yeah, so...
right now?
Sure. So
Okay.
we were served an elegant breakfast. You could show
Show that again?
an elegant breakfast.
Yeah.
And I could hardly eat with all the excitement. We landed in some faraway, exotic airport in the middle of the desert. to refuel. Everything was gleaming white, sparkling marble.
And this is what had just gone on.
In the darkened terminal, since it was probably about 4 a.m. there.
Okay.
I could hear someone running behind me. It was a very large African-American woman from the plane who had on 4-inch high heels that loudly clacked and echoed throughout the near-empty terminal on the marble floor. She darted quickly from newsstand to newsstand, and of course I realized why. I ran up to her and asked, "Are you looking to find out who won the U.S. presidential election?" She said, "Oh, yes, yes," exuberantly. I said proudly, "Obama won." She lifted me clear off my feet and spun me around like a rag doll. And we were both hysterically laughing and crying, tears streaming down. Corky was probably shaking his head and saying, "Oh boy, here goes all the crying again," and was checking our message machine back home. We got a live message from Sue DeMille,
Now we got this.
Sons of the Never Wrong, who was shouting over the din of millions of people cheering and celebrating in Grant Park.
And you could see Sue.
She's in there.
Right. See her? There she is.
Jumping up and down.
Sons of the Never Wrong.
Sue gasped and said over the din, "I'm in Grant Park. He's here. Obama's here. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. I love Obama so much. Oh my God, this is so amazing, guys. I wish you were here. Listen." And she held out the phone to a huge roar, and you could hear a big, "Hello, Chicago!" Obama's voice rang out. Best night of our life, in an oasis, in the middle of a desert, in the middle of nowhere, and all our hearts and souls were united right there in our own home, Chicago, with millions of revelers. What we recently sent for our mail-in ballots and received the
there's
official
another
request forms. They go out in the mail today. Everyone, please vote early. Vote. I'm sure I will be shedding many tears at this very important coming election. Please help make them tears of joy. Thank you.
For everyone. Okay, here we go. That was our little story about the 2000, what was it, 08? That was, wow, election, wow. So there was something I was going to talk about and it completely passed my mind. It's finished. What was I going to talk about? Well, I was going to say that a couple interesting stories. We had a friend, a Republican friend, very amazing guy, who ended up joining Obama's campaign. And the reason he did it, he says, when people are taking instructions on how to speak, that you shouldn't use the word "I" a lot. And he said an amazing thing about Barack Obama is that he very rarely used the "I." It was always about other people. His whole focus is.
He always said "we," and usually you have to train speakers to never use the word "I." Always use "we."
We or they.
But he naturally said "we."
Yeah, he was very natural, and he was really loved Obama as a person so much that any kind of policy differences or anything were so not important compared to the humanity. And I don't know, you guys know Kurt Elling. This is a funny story. Kurt bought Obama's condominium. And Kurt's living in Obama's condominium.
In Hyde Park in Chicago.
Yeah. And one day, there's a buzz, the buzzer rings, and Kurt answers and he says, "Who's there?" And he says, "Barack Obama." And he says, wow, what are you doing here? Well, just, let me in. I have to show you something. So he lets Barack Obama in, a year after the apartment has been sold. No, 9 months maybe 6 months, I don't know. But Barack Obama walks in and says, I just, remembered there was a little quirky thing about the air conditioner I wanted to show you.
Who does that?
Who does that? So, so that was the thing. And it was really great to have somebody who is an embodiment of kindness,
Compassion,
empathy, especially empathy. Putting yourself. I mean, I have a lot of people who are incredibly sweet, incredibly loving, incredibly even compassionate. But there's one more step, and that's empathy, where you actually experience you being the other person in their circumstance. I experience that with all my musicians and everything. When I think of giving them a project, I think about them in their room and their families and the children and all the things that they have to do. And I'm thinking, how do I want to give this to them, this project? How do I want to present it? And how much should I give them? And what should I say? And it's all based on being in their home with their children and their spouses, And that's the extra step. That's beyond compassion. It's the empathy. So, there. I get into this philosophical stuff. It's really psychological stuff. It's really stuff that makes me very happy. And I analyze it. I go, why do I feel so great? So anyway, I shouldn't even be talking about this. I should be playing a song.
All right, let's go.
Shut up.
Grab your coffee and try not to spill it when you're dancing around.
As Holly always says, keep the harmonica in your mouth.
All right.
like you to walk. This song actually is about empathy.
All right.
Well, I'd like you to walk with me in my mind. The worst you could do is follow behind. Stroll through my thoughts, read my desires. You find yourself in my memory wires. Walk in my mind, then you'll know what I feel. So come with me, see what you find, alive and within, state of my mind. Sweetness of you sincerely displays itself as a glow in my mind's special key. Walk in my mind, then you'll know what I feel. So you'll find my love for you everywhere, in all of my feelings I'd like you to share. If that is your wish, I hope it's true. You'll walk in my mind and I'll walk in yours too. Walk in my mind, then you'll know what I feel.
yourself in my memory wires. Walk in my mind, then you'll know what I feel. So come with me, see what you find. Lying within the state of my mind, the sweetness of you sincerely displays itself as a glow in my mind's special case. Walk in my mind, then you'll know what I feel. So we'll find my love for you everywhere, and all of my feelings I'd like you to share. If that is your wish, I hope it's true. You'll walk in my mind and walk in yours too. Walk in my mind, then you'll know what I
So your old bass player, Richard Reed?
Rick! Oh my God, I would not have done any of this had I known you were watching. Rick.
All right. So we're going to Zoom.
We're going to Zoom.
And how
anyone that wants to join us. Rick, join us if you wish.
Yeah, how do they get there?
How do you get there? Okay.
Yes.
We don't make it easy.
Yeah,
You have to go to corkymusic.com/stream, and your Zoom passwords and everything and links will be right there. Don't make the mistake like many have been doing, and thank you for making the mistake, because participation and contributions have been coming in.
Thank you, Dorinda,
Everyone.
and
Yeah,
everyone. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we'll
You're
have
dear
to name
hearts.
the names soon.
You are
but
dear
already,
hearts. You are dear hearts.
Unbelievable. We're moving ahead now with this project. If you go to corkymusic.com, you will be a prisoner. You will be trapped in what I call my participation page. Everything is explained there. I don't need to say anything. I don't need anything. It's not that I need anything. This is a fun thing and maybe an important thing.
We'll see you on the Zoom. And what's the important thing to remember today? To do what?
Vote.
That's right. Vote
Is that
early.
right?
Vote early.
She changed the subject.
Vote early
Okay, so
and
corkymusic.com/stream. Thank
just
you.
like Sue Demmel says, we love you guys. Bye-bye.